Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be back. I feel like I haven't made a video in so long. I've just been overwhelmed with life, getting ready for the holidays, which you can never really get ready. Then my daughter had to be out of school because of COVID. She was like on quarantine, even though she didn't have it for 10 days. It was super awesome. And then, you know, the joy of getting ready for holidays and cleaning and cooking. I'm so excited to be back. Sit down, relax, talk about this case. It's really, really crazy. And you guys know my love for Lifetime movies, except for the fact that they always seem to leave a lot of details out. So I'm going to talk about the movie Gone Mom, who am I? Gone Mom, and I am going to get into more of the details about it. There's so much information, so I'm just going to stop talking your ear off and let's get to it. Jennifer Farber Dulos was born September 27th, 1968, and she was born in New York City to Gloria Ortenberg and Hillard Farber, which was a banker and philanthropist. She came from a very wealthy background. She also graduated from Brown University in 1990, and she later earned a master's in writing. She made her money from running her own blog and a website called Patch.com. Fotis Dulos was born August 6, 1967. He was born in Turkey and grew up in Athens, Greece, and he moved to the US in 1986. He graduated from Brown University in 1989, and later he earned an MBA in finance from Columbia Business School. Fotis married Hilary Vanessa Aldama, also a graduate in Athens, in June of 2000. Their marriage lasted 4 years and they were divorced in July of 2004. That same year, he ended up developing a real estate company that specialized in luxury homes based in Connecticut. Which is interesting is this guy seems like a known cheater, and when he cheats, he just like moves in with the new lady and marries them right away. Because while he was still married, he started emailing Jennifer because they had ended college together. And this is while he was still with his first wife. Ugh, scumbag. A month after he ended up divorcing his first wife, he ended up marrying Jennifer in Manhattan. They ended up having 5 children, 2 sets of twins. And this is where, you know, they ended up having marriage trouble. It's really hard raising kids. You don't have a lot of time for yourself like you used to. And it seems to me that Fotis is the type of guy, he likes being in the honeymoon stage, and then when real life pops in, he gets bored of it and moves on to the next. And it looks like their honeymoon stage was kind of over. You have 5 kids, you're running around, they're your first priorities. So it seemed like he might have gotten a little bored. On June 20th, 2017, Jennifer decided to file for divorce, mainly because she suspected him of having an affair, which he was, with a woman named Michelle Troconis. He was a native of Venezuela, and she was said to be one of his colleagues. In that same month, she started renting another house about 70 miles southwest of where she originally lived with her former husband. She said in her divorce documents, "I know that filing for divorce and filing this motion will enrage him. I know he will retaliate by trying to harm me in some way." She also alleges that Fotis had threatened to kidnap the children if she did not agree to his terms in the divorce settlement, and that he had bought a gun that year. Fotis denied this, making threats, and claimed that he bought the gun legally for home security. And then in 2018, Jennifer requested an emergency custody hearing where the judge found that Fotis had broken a lot of court orders. March of 2018, Jennifer was awarded full custody of the children, where Fotis was given supervised visitation and monitored phone calls. After Jennifer's father's death, he had left $2 million to Jennifer's children as like a trust. Well, in February of 2018, Jennifer's mother, when her father had passed away, sued Fotis for unpaid loans because her father had loaned Fotis almost $2 million, which is very interesting. He had thought of maybe killing her to get that money because allegedly he had a lot of debt. That is why her father had lent him the money to begin with. Jennifer was last seen at 8 a.m. on May 24th, 2019 when she dropped her kids off at school, and then at 8:05 a.m. on a neighbor's security camera returning home. That day, she had missed 2 doctor's appointments that were extremely important, and she was supposed to go to these doctor's appointments in New York City. She had one scheduled for 11 a.m. and one scheduled for 1 a.m. I mean PM. I'm an idiot. You get what I'm saying. Later that day, around 7 p.m., her two friends ended up reporting her missing. One, which included her nanny. Lauren, her nanny, says she arrived at the house at 11:30 a.m. that day. And she thought it was really weird because her Range Rover was home. And she had specifically told Lauren, the nanny, what is this? She had specifically told Lauren, the nanny, that she was going to take her Range Rover into the city to the doctor's appointments. So she was surprised to see the Range Rover still in the garage when she arrived there. But her Chevy Suburban wasn't there, it was missing. Something else that was really interesting too is that the nanny said the day before there was 13 rolls at least of paper towels, and when she went up to clean up a little bit of a mess that was on the table, because Jennifer was very particular with keeping her house nice and clean and orderly, that there was only one roll left. And she thought that was really strange because who really goes through like 12, 13 rolls of toilet paper, or not toilet paper, paper towels in one day. So she thought that was really suspicious. So they ended up calling the police, and the police, you know, got on it right away. And this is what they should do in every single case. And I don't know if it's because she's wealthy or what, but they ended up hopping on this right away. Detectives ended up coming to her home and searched the home. And when they did, they found blood splatter on the floor, door, and a wall in the garage, as well as on the exterior of the Range Rover. Blood was also found in the kitchen. DNA test revealed most of the blood to be Jennifer's, apart from blood on the kitchen faucet, a mixture belonging to both her and her husband, Fotis. Now, Jennifer's Suburban had been captured on the neighbor's security camera leaving home at 10:25 a.m. that morning. Fotis was believed to be the one driving the victim's vehicle, which possibly carried the body of Jennifer and other evidence. This is where it gets super weird. That same evening, around 7:30 at night, Fotis and his girlfriend were captured on videos driving around to different locations dumping garbage. And when police ended up finding this garbage and getting it, there was Jennifer Dulos's clothes with blood on them and all different other items with blood on them, but not Jennifer, sadly. And when I say he was driving around to different places, he drove to over 30 different places dumping bags. The DNA from the blood ended up confirming that it was Jennifer's blood. Her DNA was found on the inside of a glove that was in one of the trash bags. And then the Suburban was found about 3 miles from her home. Investigators believe that he arrived by bicycle to Jennifer's home because there was tire marks and other evidence found. On January 7th, 2020, Fotis was arrested at his home and charged with capital murder, and Michelle was also, his girlfriend, was also arrested as well. His friend and former attorney, Liz Mulvaney, was also detained on January 7th and charged with conspiracy to commit murder, which is crazy too because him and his wife ended up becoming estranged because she accused him of spousal rape. These guys seem sweet. His wife ended up going to the police and told authorities that she feared Fotis and Mulvaney were working together to kill her. And after Jennifer's disappearance, a shallow grave was discovered at his lawyer's property that he owned, and it was filled with 2 bags of lime and a blue tarp. Sadly, nobody was ever found in that grave. This is where Fotis decides she's doing like a Gone Girl thing. Like she set up her own, make it look like somebody killed her, her own type of murder. That way, you know, because she was mad at him and she was spiteful and revengeful. This guy's crazy. Fotis ended up telling news media and outlets it was a case like Gone Girl. She set this up herself because she was spiteful and vengeful and they were in this tumultuous divorce, but I ain't buying it. And then on January 8th, his bond was set to $6 million. He was released the following day and he was supposed to be back in court February 28th, 2020. His girlfriend Michelle says that she has no idea what happened. It was a mistake to trust him. She has no idea where the whereabouts are. It's weird too, she says, because she ended up cleaning one of the homes. He claimed it was his home, but it was actually Jennifer's. And it's alleged that she was cleaning up like the murder scene and didn't even know because he had like lied to her or something. I went into the details to find this, but it was all like very skeptical, and I didn't want to add it in the video. Well, I wanted to add it in the video, but I didn't want to get too much into it because there wasn't a whole lot of information and I don't want to speculate. It's very interesting. Did she know? Did she not know? I don't know. He seemed like definitely a conniving type of liar. So I feel like maybe in my gut tells me, and I don't know, this might be an unpopular opinion, I don't think she had anything to do with it, honestly. I don't think she really did. I think he used her. Maybe she was a little naive for sure, but I definitely think it had some, like it was the friend and Fotis. On January 28th, 2020, Fotis ended up failing to appear for court, and police found him unresponsive at home. He had poisoned himself with carbon monoxide by running a vacuum cleaner hose from the exhaust of his car into the inside of the car while it was parked in his garage. He did leave a note, and in the note it says, "I refuse to spend even an hour more in jail for something I have nothing to do with." And it makes you wonder, did he really have nothing to do with it? Or was he just pissed off? He knew he had gotten caught. There was nothing he could really do. There's no getting out of it. I mean, look at all the evidence. And he kind of was just like, well, I'm not living my life in jail. I'm out. Peace. That's what I think he did. I think he took the easy way out because he had gotten caught. And he thought he was above the law, and he thought he could outsmart everyone. That's what I personally think. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you think it was all three of them? Do you think it was two of them? Do you think it was just Fotis? What do you guys think? Do you think we'll ever find Jennifer? I hope they do. But I love you guys so much, and I can't wait to see you guys soon. Bye.